Hi, I'm Jonathan Pershing. I'm the Special Envoy for Climate Change in the U.S. Department of State, and I'm in the midst of actually a multi-country tour here in Africa to talk about climate change with government officials from a host of different countries as we prepare for the next major conference of the parties on climate change that will be held in mid-November in Morocco. So climate change is a huge issue that's really affecting everyone around the world, and no countries are exempt from it, certainly not South Africa. If you think about the kinds of consequences that play out, they can be broken down into the effects of temperature increases, the effects of sea level rise, the effects of change on agricultural productivity. Those are all things that are consequences of the climate changing itself. So the United States has been a significant proponent not only of action internationally, but we've taken that seriously at home. It's been led by the president, but picked up by every member of his cabinet. And what we've got now are programs that minimize our energy consumption, huge programs in efficiency. We've got programs that reduce our use of coal, led by something called the Clean Air Act, which is something run by the Environmental Protection Agency, which limits the amount of pollutants, including carbon dioxide, that plants are allowed to produce. And as a consequence, we've seen a huge shift away from coal and into gas and into renewables. One of the interesting questions that we've got now is how to replace high-emitting sources of energy with low or no emitting sources of energy. And the one that seems to have taken the most, people have moved forward the most quickly on, have been the package of renewables, including solar power, wind power, hydropower, geothermal power, all of which South Africa possesses in substantial quantities. These costs have come down so sharply that at a global level, the most recent prices suggest that solar is now about the same price as coal, and wind often, even in places like the United States, is cheaper than gas. As a consequence, we're seeing a global resurgence in the level of investment in these, and an enormous number of jobs being created to develop these. And as a global community, a real interest in the popular sector. People around the world saying, I'd like one of those on my roof. I'd like one of those wind turbines, not so interested in that dirty power plant down the street. That dynamic is shifting pretty sharply and pretty quickly as well.